The ring, it has chosen you. Take it. You are now one of the protectors of the universe.
Welcome back, my fellow agents. It is I, X7, your host of Zenorama, the podcast of heroes and monsters, and your agent of animated action, as we discussed just yesterday. No, that would be Monday. Be that as it may, we are going to be talking about the 2009? Yes. Animated movie, direct-to-video, or direct-to-DVD at the time, The Green Lantern First Flight. It's pretty good. It could have been better. But before we get too much further into that, please like, share, subscribe. Leave me a comment. Do you like Green Lantern? It's always been a favorite of mine. And I actually don't even hate the live-action Green Lantern. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Still, if you could watch a little longer than usual, it'd be great. So, having said all that, welcome to our drive-in theater, and let's roll. So this is basically the origin story. It's pretty true at the start to the original one. This is the Silver Age Green Lantern, of course. The movie itself was released direct-to-video on July 28th, 2009. It was released in two formats, your basic one and a special edition, which had a second disc, which featured other things. And if we have time at the end of this, we will be reviewing one of those. You'll just have to watch and find out which one. But there was a clue in the title card here. So Hal's out there talking about Carol, and she's there's Carol there. Carol is voiced by let's see who. Hal is voiced by Christopher Maloney, who we all know from one of the thousands of Law and Order. I think he's from Parking Violations Unit. Let's see. Carol is voiced by Olivia Dabo, who has done. She was the one in the Wonder Years, and even in Criminal Intent, another Law and Order knockoff. Spaceship crashes. That is Abin Sur. He is voiced by Richard McGonigal. He's dying. Now, we don't know why this happened, at least not yet. Lots of things have been retconned, and this is one of them as well. The Green Glow grabs him. Now, why they couldn't figure out suddenly there's a Green Lantern and Hal's floating around, or not always there. But Carol, anybody? Nope. Here he's high above there because the ring has chosen him. There's Abin Sur, who's looking not quite as human as he did in his first. At least his color is still the same, but he's got pointy things on him. That's how you know they're alien. Just like Star Trek, something with the nose. Ring. Guardians will send for you. Now, obviously, I'm a big fan of Green Lantern. One of the fun mysteries of the early run, that Silver Age, when he was in Showcase in his own series, was that he didn't know where his orders were coming from. It was a mystery, which was, shown later on. Ship blows up, the ring, and now we get the credits. Directed by Lauren Montgomery. And he's figuring out constructs already. He brings back his it's a tester unit or something. He's got to run. So now obviously it's updated because he's wearing a headpiece there. 2009. This was something new, and that's Boudica, who's been in some other things. Abin Sur is really dead. There's Kilowog, calls him a poozer, and there's Sinestro, voiced by Red Foreman himself. And I'm surprised he never said he was going to put his foot in someone's ass. But how did the Guardians not know the name Sinestro would be somebody bad? Hal Jordan, who's got a mask on. Nobody else has a mask on. You notice? Nobody. Just Hal. But the conventions of 60s comic books. And now they're taking them to Oa, and there is the Guardians there, all male, because that's what the convention was at the time. And we've got, let's see, anybody there? No, we've got Ganthet shows up. Appa Ali Apsa is there. Doesn't give Ranakar. Oh, Malachi Throne as Ranakar. Wow, false face himself. How about that? So obviously these people did have a good time. Oh, geez, Juliet Landau is in here as well. So lots of touches here. They obviously knew Green Lantern. However, I kind of wish they'd have not done this because, like I said, it was fun that he had his own adventures finding out his powers. He didn't have to go into space right away. Plenty of adventures. He could have fought several of his villains. But no, they have to do this right away. I know. There's Chip right there, named after, no, that he's named after somebody. Fall under your command. And I mean, Sinestro overplays his hand right away. So there's the all known universe of the cosmos. Hal touches it, and he's like, the rookie fried his antennas off. But he likes humans because they're contempt for authority. All right. I think they're in Mos Eisley there. Criminal scum. Squidman named Cooch. Nope. And there's your doot 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 doot. Right out of. I mean, see, it's very Star Warsy right now, and I believe that is. Who did I just say? Juliet Landau as Labella. Yeah, there she is. So she does a great job. That is the son of Barbara Bain and Martin Landau, Academy Award-winning Martin Landau. Fight breaks out. Constructs, kaboom! They fall down the sewer. Hal does some chair shots on Cooch, zaps him, and again, Sinestro's telling him everything. He's out right up front. And there is Tomar Ray and Chip, Boudica, and Aricia back there. I don't think she actually got a. I don't know who she was voiced by. I don't even know if she said anything. But so they're eating. There's our wolf guy that I don't know his name either. Boudica is sitting with Hal. Oh, and there is even Salak right there with his multi arms. But so she gives him. So we get the. While she's talking to Hal, Sinestro's torturing Cooch, and they want Kanjar Ro, who we've seen in several different iterations, and he looks pretty fearsome here for a change. But Boudica gives Hal the rundown of the Guardians of the Galaxy, Guardians of the Universe. One of the Guardians, not Gamera, the Guardian of the Universe, though. The Yellow Element, which is kind of, I mean, every hero, you have to have a weakness, so they're not omnipotent. Superman had to have kryptonite and be, magic could affect him. Otherwise, he was boring. He would be boring. There's Abin Sur. There's Cooch, the squid guy, kills him, even though that was retconned again. It's been retconned 4 or 5 different times. Kanjar Ro, there's bunch of them there. And they yell at him, but he doesn't care. He's sure that the Guardians will doom them all. Kilowog is not too fond of Hal at the moment, but and there, Tomar Ray. So he got killed in the Crisis originally. This is obviously not canon to anything really, and it came out before the Green Lantern movie did, and it's much better because, well, I don't even know. Squidward's there. Oh, that's Kanjar because they've got to deal with Sinestro, and he wants a weapon, and that's the Weaponers of Quard. Which, if you didn't know, you didn't know, but I did because, we know. Something hit me, and Hal's just holding his own there. They're fighting Kanjar Pest Control. I like Pest Control SWAT. He's headed for the West Gate. The rings show, that's what they call them, rings. They're all fighting, zappy zap. Hal stops him. Nice move. Chip. I mean, I like Chip. I mean, he's a newer addition. At least they don't have Nort here, at least at this time. If you want to see him, we'll see him when we review Brave and the Bold. And into the tunnel. Saves Kilowog. I just love that shot. And now it's time for station identification. You are watching Xenorama, the podcast of heroes and monsters on KXNO, part of the Xenorama Broadcasting Network. We now return you to our regularly scheduled program. Kanjaro yells at his underling, and it gets into a body armor, which Hal just beats, drops things on. And then Sinestro, being the villain that he is, kills Kanjaro. Pins it on Hal, and they give him a tribunal and hand over the ring to Commander Kilowog. So, yeah. They handcuff him. Like, what's he going to do in human form against Guardians? Or against Green Lanterns? But Kilowog's like, okay, you're a brave and bold Green Lantern. There's a nice nod. There's Boudica again, a half-assed way. So there's violence, there's blood in here. There's no nudity, but there's a lot of violence. I mean, a lot more blood than you'd see in... I was going to say it was the grim and gritty 90s, but it's not. So Sinestro uses that little doohickey there to reanimate Kanjaro. So how is he going to fight the Justice League? Off he goes to Quard, and now they've discovered him. Unfortunately, wanted to work with Earthboy. No. Guess who is the mole here? Boudica believes in Sinestro's vision. And he offers him. Hal says no. Kilowog blasts her. Hal grabs the universal Framistat. Boudica gets killed in a gruesome way. And whenever they get killed, their rings fly off and go back to to Oa. So wherever they are. There's Tomare and Arissa. Yeah, she's grown up Arissa, which really alleviates a lot of that problem, which we're not even going to get into. There's a weaponer of Quard who looks very different than the ones I remember, but you just never know. There's the ultimate weapon, a yellow lantern, which of course, has to have its own impurity, right? The villains can't be all powerful either. I know they should be more powerful to create suspense, but come on. So they return to their own, which was the negative dimension. It was an evil alternate, and I believe, what's his name, destroyed it in the Avengers Justice League crossover. And the one weakness is its user. Yeah, so there they show up on Quard, the gnomes. And there's many more. There's even a dragon Green Lantern, which I thought I had invented, and turns out I did not. So all the rings are falling off. They know they're dead. Off they go to battle. A new Ganthet. A new command is at hand. Who was Ganthet voiced by? I looked and I forgot. Ganthet. Larry Drake. Well, that doesn't tell me anything. Bickering old biddies. So they'll say ass, but they won't do anything else. Hal's just watching, powerless. And zappy zaps. I don't know how many of these get killed, but a lot of them do. Fortunately, there's just send more people out. It's interesting that nobody on any other planets has a need for a secret identity. The Ring chooses Hal again. The Yellow Lantern versus the Green Lantern. The power battery. There's more of them. I hope that my guy with the tentacles didn't get killed. But the power battery's dead. Everyone falls, but the Guardians save them. And then there's 3,600 lanterns. So I don't know how many just show up. So they have to find out a whole new one. How many more have to die? I like the one yellow. Now they have all sorts of purple lanterns and red lanterns and blue lanterns and blah, 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 blah. But Hal goes there and he strikes the dead lantern and he cracks it open. And right before Kilowog gets it, a giant beam shoots up. Yep. And there's Hal, all supercharged. A big old hammer. And it's a good fight scene. This is fun. It would have been a great second movie. But no, they had to do it for the first one. Instead of, just introducing us to Hal and his human compatriots. His cast of characters: Tom Kalmaku. Obviously, they have purple blood. Sinestro does, his race. And I think Kat Matui, at least she didn't get killed this time, or fridged, as the kids say. No, they've had enough of this nonsense. And they stomp his hand, break his yellow ring. And Jordan, I forgot my shoe. Save him. Rings replenished. So everyone's happy, even Ranakar. And they say the oath. Criminals are a cowardly, superstitious lot. So he gets to go back. No. Okay, let's see how much we have here and whether or not we're going to do another review. I believe we can squeeze it in. You want to see something really different? Stay tuned. Yes, it is Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century. But this is the series, not the cartoon. It is chapter 12.5, The Green Lantern. There's eager young space cadet and Duck Dodgers in his civilian identity at the dry cleaners. He gets a Green Lantern suit and the power ring, which was left in the pocket. Now, this is the 24th and a half century. What the heck's Hal Jordan doing there? There's our villain, and I don't remember his name, but he's very funny. Flying. And Dodgers has really enjoyed this. He gives the eager young space cadet a super green wedgie. Makes a dog bark at him. Catches him. Constructs there. And he's off to go. He's being called to Oa. There's some villains. There's Kilowog and Kat Matui. They bat him. Now, you notice Duck has a pretty good build here. Must be the ring. Oh, Yellow Beam. There's Guy Gardner, Nort. That would be John, the talk show host. I almost said John Jones. Aricia. That's my favorite Green Lantern. I think that's Boudica again, who is not a villain here, but she gets zapped. There's a midget, a gnome. Oh, they're getting all sucked in. Now they're not going to kill kids. And look who it is. It's Sinestro, the big bad again, who's very funny in this one. I mean, there's Chip and Boozer, and they need his help. They can't believe it, but off they go. So it's just, I think that's Ganthet probably. He's made friends with this slime. He really did say superstitious and cowardly lot. It's a very funny oath. Off, and there they go. All the rings. Sinestro by York. And lots of nice touches here. That's essentially from Battlestar Galactica. Lucifer. He's got the same voice even. In he comes, drops a shoe. So the yellow thing isn't quite as prevalent. It's, by this time, it's a little different, which is good because they're just building them up. They've discovered Dodgers. Sinestro wants to give his speech, and he's like, no. And so he's sucking the will to live. See, that's where he's like, it's a good speech. It's just a little one. Very funny. I really enjoy this show. We will review the whole series. I think it's 3 seasons, but like 39 episodes. It's hilarious. There they are. And I'll know more about it. I'll be able to tell you more about it then. So you just have to be patient. The nut bomb. They capture him. There he is. Oh, great shots of Sinestro even. How often do you hear that? Scoosh. And, it's Guy. So, he's got to wake him up. How Sinestro gets his. And they vanish him. Boudica and Kat Matui celebrate like cheerleaders. And the ring. They think Dodgers is dead, but he's naked, which he's always been naked in every other show he's been in. There's Hal in a Duck Dodgers costume, and he's voiced by Kevin Smith. So I believe Kevin is a big fan of Green Lantern, and I would have preferred him writing that movie. There they go. There's the broccoli head. I don't think anyone died in this. Salak, Tomar Ray. Shake his hands, takes him back to Earth. Hey, wait! No big deal. There's our cast. Yes, Kevin Smith. Just, Yeah, Boudica there. Starred. I don't know who Star Johnson was. Ganthet, Attack Droids, D. Bradley Baker. Oh, Dr. IQ High. That's the general villain, but he's just shows there. So tomorrow, our fellow agents. Oh, wait. Well, we're just going to go right into it. Tomorrow, we are doing our wrap up of Ultraman Mebius. And I'm going to try not to show any quality, but I'm going to miss these guys. It's such a great show. But until then, until our next assignment, our very sad, bittersweet next assignment, this is X7 signing off and phasing out. And remember, criminals are a cowardly, superstitious lot. Be seeing you.
A superhero from outer space has arrived. With powers beyond human imagination. The Mebius Infinity Beam. The Mebius Blade. The Mebius Punch. He is Ultraman Mebius and is here to protect our planet from gigantic monsters.